Glitter and Lasers, I'd like to thank you for setting me down this path. You really, truly influenced me, so I guess you did your job right here. Alright, I'm trying something different with the intro here, and yes, 100%, Glitter and Lasers is the reason why I started running. And so today I figured we'd react to the TikTok that started it all, and really changed my life, I guess you could say. And I'm gonna be brutally honest, it wasn't a woo-woo that's so motivational, so inspirational. If she can do it, I can do it. That was not the emotions going through my head. But first, let's get into the backstory a little bit of how this happened. So it started about April 2024, so I don't know exactly when this was posted. I know it's 2024, but I probably found it a few months after the fact. When I was getting into my new fitness journey, I was like, I'm gonna lose weight for good this time. I was correct. And while working out at the gym, I decided to start watching some reaction content. People who react to body positivity, or people who just are a little delusional, have the wrong mindset, don't really believe it's possible to lose weight or change their life. Like, I'm the kind of person where if you tell me you can't do, or something is impossible, or I can't do something, it's gonna make me want to achieve it even more. So I find that kind of stuff very, motivating in the gym. Like, somebody saying it's impossible to lose weight, I'm gonna go, I'll show you weight loss kind of thing, and that's what led us here. So I was working out, and I saw these TikToks, and I watched it, and she ran a 5K, which, good on her. 5Ks are a great race. I've said it before to start with. They're a good distance for beginners, and they're short enough for advanced runners to really push themselves, so you can go full throttle for the race. So I like 5Ks. Personal fan. So I saw that, and she, I'm going to be honest, made it look like it was this big deal, like it was climbing Mount Everest. She made it seem like the biggest deal in the world. And if you're new to the internet, Glitter and Lasers is morbidly obese. She is a very large woman. So for her, it probably was. But for the average person, it's not. And after watching people react to the video, I haven't actually seen the TikTok in full. I haven't seen the video in full. So this is my first time watching it uncut, without commentary cut in. And unfortunately, if you want to watch the full thing, go to TikTok, because you're going to have it paused frequently as I react. But I just thought, if she takes this long to train for a 5K and finishes it in an hour, I wonder how fast I could do it with training. I'm like a fraction of her size. So I'm like, you know what? Let's give a 5K a chance. I was into my fitness journey. I was trying to lose weight, and I'm like, I need to train for something. I can't just train to lose weight. I'm going to lose motivation. So I signed up for a 5K and promptly got shin splints as I started training, and I only got 2 weeks. With that 2 weeks of training, I managed to pull off a 43-minute finish time. Yeah, not impressive. That I walked a good portion of it. It was not running a 5K. It was completing a 5K, but not running it. So running that 5K and watching videos on how to train for one, the YouTube algorithm fed me some stuff about ultra running, and I set my sights on a backyard ultra by the time I'm 30, and that is still a goal. I'm still going to train hard and try to make that happen, but it made me fall in love with long distance and endurance running, and I'd spiraled into, there's no way I could run any further than a 5K to, maybe I could, to, I'm doing this. So because Glitter and Lasers decided to run a 5K, that caused me to run a 5K just to, I'll show you what a 5K looks like. And that kind of spiraled into me being an ultra runner. So that's the backstory of how she changed my life. So I want to react to it because I haven't really seen the full thing. And I guess we'll give commentary on it. Heads up though, I have seen a few people react to her. She tends to blast copyrighted music. I will try my hardest to edit it out. I'll do my best, but I make no promises. I haven't seen it yet, so let's just get into the reaction, Stop beating around the bush. We've got the backstory, now let's see the backstory of the backstory. Alright, I've got it pulled up right here, and I'm doing this same format as my other reaction content because, why not? Headphones on so I don't double up on audio because my camera and mic are separate from my computer's audio, so it's gonna double up if I record the video on the screen. It's a weird technical thing on my setup. Not the most efficient or wonderful setup. Maybe we'll get more advanced, but, that explains it. And also my camera's here, but the monitor is here, so I'm going to be looking off the side. You'll get the awkward side of my haircut with that. So let's get into it. Oh, I am clicking the wrong side because on this monitor behind the camera is my recording software. Gotta love it. Alright, here we go.
When people see me run, they like to tell me I'm slow. And they're right. I am slow. I am a very slow runner and will probably be a slow runner for...
She says she's a slow runner. If you've seen any videos of her running, and we will see this, it's not much of a run, and personally, I wouldn't recommend somebody this size run. When you run, I think it's either like 4 to 8 times your body weight presses on your knees and ankles and hips. When you are, I'm gonna guess she's around 400 plus pounds, so that means there's a really good chance she could blow out her knee, blow out her leg, and when you're that heavy, if you get a leg injury, it's gonna take a lot longer, it's gonna be a lot more painful, it's gonna be more difficult and risky to heal. People that size is a lot harder to operate on, so if you need an operation, you might not be able to get it because it might be too risky. And it's very possible you could become bedridden. Now, if I know Glitterandlazers has moved on from running, this is old news. I'm very late to the party. I've been deliberating on talking about this for a long while, but I decided, why not? If you, where was I going with this? Sorry, but what was I gonna say? So, if she wanted to continue this running journey, I would recommend you lose weight. When I was 160, 170 pounds, I was over 170 pounds when I started losing weight. I may have broken the threshold of 170 before I started running. I don't remember. I wasn't keeping super tight track of my weight at first, but running was hard. It was painful, and I was 40 pounds heavier. I can't imagine being over 200 pounds and trying to run. That would hurt my feet, that would hurt my knees, I'd be exhausted, my skin would be pulling in weird ways. I can't imagine it. So the fact that she technically didn't run the 5K, I think is for the best, but I also think it's kind of delusional that she's saying she ran it. Alright, let's continue.
A very long time. And while many of these people think I should just give up and not run at all I can think about is all the wonderful things slow running has done.
We'll continue a little bit.
For me. It's helped me
See
manage
how she has 1 foot on, 1 foot off? Running, that is not a run. That is a walk while moving your arms. And let's just say, for example, she's running. She's moving her shoulders way too much. You don't want to be doing this when you run. You're going to hurt your back. You're going to throw out your back doing that. And number 2, notice how she's staring at the ground. You want to be aware of what's on the ground when you're running, especially outside. There's all sorts of stuff you can trip and slip on, so pay attention to the ground. But you don't want to be looking down like this and running. You want to look forward. You want to keep your head and shoulders in a generally neutral stance. And just let your body sway a little bit. Your body's still going to do this, but it's not going to be like she's doing. So her form, even if she's running, is terrible. Just from the waist up, it's terrible, but from the legs down, she's speed walking, I would say. This is a speed walk. And that's okay. It's okay to walk a 5K. The 5K I ran the same one twice, 2 years in a row. People walked it. There's no shame in walking a 5K. Being able to walk 3.1 miles, that can be really impressive, especially if you have a disability, you're older, or maybe you're just getting into shape, or even if you live a very sedentary lifestyle. I'm not even saying you're overweight or unhealthy. Just, you don't exercise. 5K could be a lot, and there's no shame in that. But what bothers me most is she calls this running when it's not running. And it's impressive that she completed a 5K, and honestly, I think if she actually wanted to take running seriously, and she lost the weight and actually trained and got her diet dialed into the right amount of carbs, protein, and fat she needs to fuel running, I think she could be successful. She has the plucky, positive personality. At least that's what she shows. I know there's some videos of hers in the past where a lot of people say the mask slips and she shows, oh, I'm in pain, oh, this was a hard thing. And I understand that you want to put your best foot forward on the internet, but I don't know. When you say everything's great, everything's great, everything's great, and then suddenly everything's not, that can be kind of not good looking. If you're saying, I'm trying my hardest, this isn't great, but I'm going to keep a positive attitude, and then you're like, yeah, and you're honest all the way through, and you try to keep that positive attitude, but you say it's not great, it's not perfect, people are going to be a little more receptive to those crying, I'm suffering videos, in my opinion. So, alright, we're about halfway through. Let's finish this up.
Mental health. It's helped me build better habits. It's given me a community, and I'm achieving things I never thought I'd be able to do. Fast will come, but right now, I'm okay being slow.
Okay, so it's mostly about her being slow. They didn't give the finish time. I believe the finish time was like 58 minutes, but the little timer in the corner said it was closer to an hour, which 58 minutes is about a 20-minute mile, and that's walking pace. That's the average walking pace, which is fine. Walking is fine, like I said. And there is no shame in walking, and honestly, this TikTok is a shorter version of a longer video. It was a longer video I saw, but yeah. And what she said about mental health. Getting exercise and moving around is incredible for your mental health. I have been through so much anxiety and tough chapters in my life, and the one thing that always helps, like one thing I noticed is like my mental health gets bad and I don't exercise as much. Then I start exercising some more. It doesn't solve my problems, but man, does it help a lot. It just helps so much. So it doesn't have to be crazy if you want to help your mental health. Just a simple walk around the block. Get yourself outside. That'll help and do wonders. So yeah, that is the, I guess you could say, the short version of the TikTok that started it all. The TikTok that got me into running and caused my downward spiral into ultra running. I guess I could thank her. She's somebody I kind of have always watched at a distance, like intrigued. And it's kind of like this weird psychology thing. I like watching and learning, trying to process the psyche of people. I don't know. It's weird. But maybe if you guys are interested or this video gets enough traction, I'll go on to the Great and Powerful YouTube and we'll watch her full length and react to her full length, even though it's over a year and probably over a year and a half old. So, old news, but still, well, in internet time, it's ancient history, but, you know, sometimes it's fun to look at the past and see what we can learn. So, with that, I guess, I'm gonna take off these headphones. But yeah, I guess with that, if you liked so far and think that this was an interesting outlook onto how someone can be influenced, because I was influenced, she is an influencer, and I was influenced, she got me to, do something else. Do something I wasn't gonna do normally. So yeah, I was influenced by an influencer. The influence caused me to get into running. I've lost over 40 pounds at this point. I'm still on that trajectory to get to my ideal body weight. I've put on a significant amount of muscle. I'm feeling confident in how I look. I'm feeling so much better. It's just, I have to thank her. Her, I'm gonna say delusions, but to be quite frank, but her running journey set me off on my own running journey. And my life is completely different now because of it. All for the better, and all changes that she pretends to make, but doesn't actually. So, yeah. If you're looking for motivation, you can find it in the weirdest, most unusual, and out-of-pocket places. And if you enjoyed this video, consider liking, subscribing, or if you think this is motivational, or my reasoning is bad or disagreeable, leave a comment down below. Let's start some discourse and talk about this. And don't comment on her, don't go and leave comments, don't go and pester her, because that's never okay. If you have something to say it here in the comments section. Say it here on this video where I have a thicker skin, so I can take it. But never go to another person's comments, especially one that I react to, and say negative things. So, disclaimer, a little late. I probably should have said that at the beginning, but, I'm just going to keep rambling if I don't stop it now. So I'm going to sign off and go do some rollerblading. It's a beautiful night. And the crickets are going, so I'm going to enjoy this evening. So whether it's, no matter what time of day you're having or watching this at, have a good one, and, do something positive in your life today. Go do something positive.